You got it? Okay, take it out from there.
What holds the wing?
Nothing.
Okay.
Okay.
There's a pin there.
The aircraft was flying, and in order to bring this one into the Ottawa airport, we had to disassemble this one and now
reassemble here.
Reassemble here.
And when did this? How long is it going to take to reassemble it here?
We are planning where we start here around. We arrived here around 11. It's 2 o'clock. We're thinking around 2 more hours will be. We're talking about 5 to 6 hours to put everything together.
It'll be ready to fly in the baggage claim department.
I will mention to the people this is the neck connection. You know?
The aircraft was built by de Havilland. It's called a FoxMoth. It's a derivative of the old original Tiger Moth. Tiger Moth was the major training plane that was used by most of the Allied forces, the British and Allies, during the lead up to World War II. And we have one in vintage wings. It looks identical to this plane. The only difference between the Tiger Moth, which was the trainer, and this aircraft that's sitting behind us, which is the FoxMoth, is the fact that the Tiger Moth has 2 seats, one behind the other, for the pilot, for the training pilot and the trainee. Where this one actually has a little cabin up on top where the pilot sits all by himself. And the passengers sit in the front. It was designed actually after they'd looked at the Tiger Moth when the war was running on and better trainers were coming along. They decided they needed something else to make a little money with. So they put a cabin in this plane, the FoxMoth. This particular model was built in 1932. It began its life as the personal aircraft for the Prince of Wales, who later became King Edward VIII. The Air Force, the RAF, of course, supplied the pilot from their Royal Flying Command, whatever it's called, and he did the flying. The Prince got to sit in the front. If you open the cabin door, there's a nice big leather seat for him, and then of course in front of him is a double seat for 2 of his gentlemen's gentlemen, if you like, who can sit and polish his shoes, making his gin and tonic and whatever else is required. There's a very neat little feature in there above the principal passenger, to be the prince, his head. There's a hole in the top of the wall. There's a corresponding hole up on the dashboard in front of the pilot, and there's a tube in between, so this was their intercom. You wanted to tell the pilot something, you yelled up the hole, and the pilot yelled his answer back down.
Not exactly modern technology,
no,
but I guess it worked, right?
It's not high-tech, but the engine isn't all that noisy. At 90 miles an hour, you're not making an awful lot of noise with flying wires.
Yes.
So it serves pretty well to do the job.
So the former King of England flew this? He flew in it?
He was not the pilot, but this was his personal air transportation for I think he had it for 8 months. So I'm not sure that he lasted a whole lot more than 8 months.
Yes, that might have lasted longer than his reign.
That's possible.